and welcome to Tuesday's video. So, what we're going to do first is we're going to think about something that we have learnt previously. So that's why we've got our yesterday at the top, okay? So, what we've got here is a pictogram. We've done about pictograms, we did them last week, and you did a little bit about them yesterday. So, I'll read you the question, and then I would like you to pause the video and have a go at answering the questions on the board. 4 classes are recording how many books they read in a week. Here are the results of how many books they read last week. Which class read the most books? Which class read the least books? And how many more books did class 4 read than class 2? My clue to you before we start is it's very important on a pictogram to look for the key. That will really help you understand what to do. Pause the video here and have a go on a piece of paper or a whiteboard. So I'm now going to go through the answers. Hopefully you've had a go at answering all 3 of the questions. So the first thing that I'm going to do when I'm answering this question is have a look at the pictograms. Okay, so we can see we've got our class numbers here and we can see we've got the number of books read here. The key shows that little picture of a book equals 5 books. So let's count up how many books each class read. For class 1, we're going to count up in 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20. So overall, class 1, they read 20 books. Let's see class 2 now. 5, 10, 15. They read 15 books. Class 3, we can see, if we want to be clever, that they've read the same amount. Can you see? Because there's the same number of books. There's 4 books there and there's 4 books there. So they must have read 20 books. We don't need to count that one again. And class 4 have read 5 more books. Can you see? Because they've got 1 more book than class 3. So they will have read 25 books. So, which class read the most books? Looking at the pictogram, I can see that class 4 read the most books. If you wanted to challenge yourself, you could explain why. How do you know that? Which class read the least books? Well, I can see from my answers that class 2 read the least books. Now, you didn't really, for those 2 questions, you didn't really need to count up how many books they read, okay? You didn't need to, because you can see that class 2 have the fewest amount of books there, and class 4 have the most amount of books. But for the next question, it really helps to have counted up all of the books. How many more books did class 4 read than class 2? So class 4 read 25 books, and we want to find the difference between how many class 4 read and how many class 2 read. Class 2 read 15 books. What is 25? Take away 15, it is 10. So therefore, 10 is our answer. Right, let's move on to today's learning. So today is the 9th of February 2021 and our learning intention today is to draw and interpret bar charts. Now we all know what draw means, but we need to have a little think about what the word interpret means. When we're talking in maths and when we're talking about statistics, interpreting data means understanding what the bar chart, or whatever it is showing you, okay? So when they ask you questions about the bar chart, you can answer them. You know what the answers are. So, step 1, I know what a bar chart shows. Step 2, I can draw a bar chart. And step 3, I can interpret a bar chart. You can pause the video here if you want to and write the LI in your book so you know what day it is that you did this learning. So, let's have a look at this bar chart, which shows a group of children's favourite colours. So, what do we notice? And what do you think a bar chart needs? I've given you some clues on the flip chart. So, in the brown little rectangles, I have shown you what the things I think a bar chart needs, okay? So we can see that at the top of the bar chart, it kind of tells you a title, what the bar chart is showing you, okay? Sometimes you can start that a bar chart to show, and then you can tell what it's going to show. They haven't done that here, okay? They've just written favourite colour. So that does tell us a little bit about what the bar chart's showing us, but it's not that specific. It's quite broad, okay? So I think that could be a better title. Down here, can you see across, we've got the categories. So the categories are the different colours, or if we're asking about animals, it's going to be the different animals, for example. So we've got red, blue, green, yellow and pink, and they're the categories at the bottom, okay? On the side, we have got a scale, okay? And the scale is going up in 2s, all right? So we can see how many children liked which colour the best, all right? So if we look at the red bar here, so we've got our bars here. If we look at the red bar, because it says red down the bottom, how many children liked red the best? You can tell if you look at the top, it is on the 8. So that means that 8 children liked red the best. Let's pop that in there. I'll pop it at the top. You can see that because it's gone up to the 8. Now it gets a little bit trickier. If we look at the blue bar, can anyone think, have a little think to yourself, how many people like blue the best? It's not 6, is it? Because 6 is there. And it's not 8, because 8 is above it. So it's halfway between 6 and 8. So what's the number that's going to be halfway between 6 and 8? Well done. It's 7. Now let's look at green. The same problem happens here. If we go across, there's 4 there and there's 6 there. So green is going to be halfway in the middle. It's going to be 5. Yellow's the same. 8's here, 10 is here, because it's going up in 2s, isn't it? So we need to make sure we put 9 at the top, because 9 people like yellow the best. And pink's a little bit easier. If we go across, we can see that that is 6. So therefore now we can see how many people like what colour the best. I mean, you don't have to write the numbers on the top, you don't at all, because you can actually see it. Once you know how to use a bar chart, you can see the answer without having to write it down, okay? It's very important on your scale, that's the hardest thing about a bar chart, that your scale is even. Can you see there's the same amount of space between each of the numbers on the scale at the top, okay? It wouldn't be fair if there was 8 here and 10 was up here, because then it would make the bar chart inaccurate. Let's have a go all together. So, we are going to do this all together. I'll explain to you how to do it, okay? And then I'd like you to have a go by yourself. So it says use the information from the pictogram to complete the bar chart. So we're going to do this together. I'm going to explain to you how to get the information from the pictogram, and then in your books I would like you to have a go at copying this bar chart and then popping in the correct bars. Can you see here they've got their title, and it says a bar chart to show the number of cupcakes eaten. That's a really specific title. That's a really good title because it tells you exactly what it's showing. So the first thing we need to do, and we're going to do this together, is we're going to work out how many each group, how many cupcakes each group ate. As we can see, the key is 5 cupcakes. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So group 5 ate 25 cupcakes. Greedy. Oh, we can see that group 2 ate the same amount. Can you see that? Because they have the same amount of cakes. Group 3, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 cupcakes. Group 4, 8, 5, 10, 15 cupcakes. And group 5, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20 cupcakes. So, what I'd like you to do is pause the video for as long as you need, and I'd like you to have a go at drawing this bar chart in your book. It might be worthwhile finding some lined paper, but if you don't have any lined paper, just have a go. In school, we would do this in our maths book, so we would have squares, so it probably is easier when you have squares. Don't forget to use a ruler. Pause the video here. So, you should have had a go at doing your bar chart, and what I would like you to do is I would like a grown-up to take a picture of your bar chart and send it in on Class Dojo so I can have a look at all your fantastic bar charts. So, now they've done the bar chart for you, but this is the next level on the steps. This is the last step to success. This is interpreting bar chart data. So basically, it shows us a bar chart and we need to answer the questions about the bar chart. This bar chart shows how many children attend after school clubs. Can you see it says the days of the week at the bottom here, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and here is the scale on the side. What I would like you to do is answer the 1, 2, 3, 4 questions on the board, please, in your book. Pause the video here and then we will go through the answers when you are done. Okay, so you should have paused the video and let's go through the answers now to check whether you got them right. Which day is the most popular? So that means the largest amount of children went to after school club that day. You can see that without having to do any counting. You can see that it's Wednesday because Wednesday is the tallest bar. It went all the way up to 100. So the answer is Wednesday. In a question like that, you have to remember you're answering the question. They've asked what day, you need to write down a day, okay? You can't write down 100 because that's not the day, is it? 100 is not a day. Which day is the least popular? So the fewest amount of children went on which day? If you look at the bars closely, you can see that Friday only had 50 children. So Friday is was the shortest bar, so therefore it's the least popular day. Right, now we need to do some counting. What is the difference, so we'll have to do a subtraction question, between the number of children attending on a Tuesday and on a Thursday? So first of all, let's look for the biggest number. Thursday has 80 children attending. Okay, and Tuesday has 70 children attending. So what is the difference between 80 and 70? It's 10. What information is missing from the bar chart? I hope you've had a go. You could have always skipped back a bit to look at my bar chart at the beginning to sort of show you what is missing. But what I think is missing is we haven't got any labels for the bottom and the side. So down the bottom here, I'm going to make my thing a bit smaller. It should say days of the week. Because we didn't know that. We just had to look and say, oh, that must be days of the week. And then on this side up here, we need to write number of children. Now it's quite tricky, isn't it, to know what it is showing you if you haven't got the labels in, okay? The labels are really, really important. Okay, well done. Give them a tick if you got them all right. So, your turn now. Obviously, you can do these sheets whenever you like. You don't have to do them straight after this maths lesson on here, because I don't want you to be sitting down for hours and hours, okay? Because otherwise you'll get sore legs. You need to go and have a little walk around. But do them whenever you want, and make sure your grown-up has taken a picture of your work and sent it in to me or Mr. Sherman to mark on Dojo. Your mild challenge today is the first page of your worksheet. Complete questions 1 to 4. It will have questions about how it will have questions to draw bar charts, and it will also have questions about bar charts, and it will also have questions so you can get you can interpret what the bar chart is telling you. The medium challenge gets a little bit more difficult and will have 1 or 2 step problems in it. And the hot challenge is our chili challenge, our problem solving. What I would like you to do is make sure you choose the appropriate challenge. If it's too tricky, you just need to go down a challenge. And if it's too easy, just go up a challenge, okay? That's what we do in class. That's what you can do at home. I'll see you tomorrow.